Creepy Joe.
I've heard that
We
Potomac
did,
is still available, so maybe they could hook up.
we did not have Joe Biden on our topic list, but guys, seriously, have you seen the GIF of that? Okay, for those of you who haven't seen it, it was the swearing in of what's his face, the new dude, Carter, whatever his job is now.
The new Secretary of Defense.
This is how much
Because
I
he
pay
can't,
attention.
because
I'm
he
so
can't
embarrassed for
because
myself.
Obama can't keep a Secretary of Defense because he doesn't listen to them, which is why we have twerps like Mary Harf spouting nonsense about us not being able to win a war by killing the bad guys.
So yeah, this Carter. Okay, so he's our new SecDef because this is what our third or fourth SecDef in the Obama administration. But it was the swearing in, and the guy's wife was standing to the right of him, as wives do, at the podium, and Joe Biden was standing behind the wife, and he's like grabbing on her shoulders and holding on and being all creepy about it, and then he leans in to smell her hair and rubs her arms, and it was just what I saw, and I think for most of the women who see it, we've been in that situation where it's a professional situation and you can't recoil in horror like your instinct is, so you absolutely freeze. That woman had a good 2 or 3 seconds of the total freeze. Her face was frozen, her body was frozen because she could not react. She knew she couldn't. And then you see where Biden leans in to sniff her hair, and it's grossing her out so much that she's like, okay, if I acknowledge what he's doing, will it make him stop? So you can kind of see that she's had that struggle of, do I break the freeze to acknowledge and get him to stop, or do I then just I'm stuck with it and I have to run away? It was horrible.
Wait a minute. He leaned in to sniff her hair.
He leaned. I
Give
don't
her
know
a
that
kiss. It was a weird.
It was creepy as hell.
I just wanted us to touch on it because I didn't want to. I wanted to touch on him touching on somebody.
Stop using the word touch.
And then
Yeah, let's move on.
Because in my fantasy world, she gives him an elbow to the gut. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Her elbow was not in gut range. It was
lower because she's a short
little bit
woman.
lower.
Well, yeah, I know a little something about that too. So yeah,
So
I was being
there's
polite.
yeah. Oh,
Well,
okay. I'm sorry. I forgot that we need to respect the office of the vice creep. Yeah.
Well, and the thing was, there was a story that came out a little bit later this afternoon written by a woman at Talking Points Memo, and she's a leftist, and she asked the question, why is it okay? Why are we okay with Joe Biden doing this? And she actually wrote the article about how he's a serial perv, that he keeps creeping on women, and the left puts up with it and doesn't criticize him for it, and she acknowledges that if he was a Republican, we certainly would. And she even says that she's uncomfortable with criticizing him because he is so good on women's issues.
Chapter 3 of the liberals.
Absolutely stunning. That what occurred to me when she's talking about, we don't criticize Joe Biden for all of his creepiness about women because he's so good with women's issues. Didn't Jerry Sandusky get away with his stuff for so long because he was so good with kids?
Hey, and why, by the way, does no liberal woman appreciate the movie Miss Congeniality, where she gives the whole sing, solar plexus, instep, knee, groin, the whole formula?
Right.
Nobody on the left will do that to a guy that's inappropriate that way? Hello?
Yeah, aren't we supposed to stand up and defend ourselves?
Remember that this is from the same party that brought you, if you are in a situation where somebody is trying to rape you, that the correct solution to that problem is not arming yourself, carrying a weapon, but is in fact to defecate on yourself is the correct way to stop an assault. I mean, this is from their playbook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm so glad she didn't do that though.
Yeah,
really.
That would have been. It would have been even more awkward than it already was.
But
And
apparently the liberal who wrote the TPM article is being savaged on Twitter for writing the article and criticizing Joe Biden.
because that's how the left operates.
Because
they
she's
don't
wrong
tolerate
to
that.
interpret Biden's actions. Biden is just fine. What he did was fine. Why are you so uptight? You need a man, that kind of thing.
And then he covered the story, and he brought up the exactly what she was saying, and without showing too much bias, he asked, "Is aborting a baby for gender reasons okay compared to the other reasons that a child would be aborted?"